Hey everybody and welcome back to my channel. Do you often see these people online, these traders who are showing off their lifestyle, their swimming pools, their fancy cars, flashing their cash saying, oh look at me, I'm a trader. Let me tell you now that they are probably not a real trader because trading is just not all showy like that. There is so much more that goes on under the surface. And in this video, I'm going to share with you what it's like a week in my life as a trader. I'm going to share with you my recap, my trade recap from the week. And it's actually been a really frustrating week for me, which to be honest is quite an accurate view of what it's like as a trader. I will jump onto the charts in a moment and share with you a losing trade recap, some trades that I had orders set on but didn't trigger and what happened with those, as well as an update on my account with the 5%ers. But if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Emily and on Mindfully Trading, I share my journey as I grow and develop as a trader. I originally started over 4 years ago trading the American stock market, but since then I have moved to trading the foreign exchange market, also known as Forex. And on Mindfully Trading, I like to share my journey with you. I like to share some tips, some tricks. I like to share trade recaps, technical analysis, and also some software reviews. So if you like the sound of all of that, make sure you subscribe to the channel below and let's jump onto the charts. Okay guys, so here I am in my account with the 5%ers in MetaTrader 5, and as you can see, my account is currently in profit. I'm in a nice profit at the moment. So why have I had a frustrating week, you might ask? Well, quite a few things have happened this week. So let's start with one of the trades that I shared in my Telegram group. I've had a few of you guys asking how that's gone on, and that was a buy order that I set on Euro USD. So I've just dragged my chart across here on TradingView and we're on the 15-minute time frame. So I've zoomed out quite a lot so that you can see the overall picture of this market. It's been pushing up higher, and this blue area at the bottom highlights this area where price jumped away from. It came and retested that, consolidated a little bit and pushed higher. So it's an interesting area. It's interesting on the 4-hourly time frame, which is my authority time frame, and then the 15-minute, which is what I'm using here to plan a trade, is where I was looking for price to pull back to. Now zooming right in here, you can see the notes that I made. Price dipped down and it came to the upper of these blue bands and it started to get some buying momentum. Now I was super interested in this area. I actually had a buy order at the bottom, but as price started to push higher, I raised that up here where you can see this plan. Now what was the first frustration for me this week is that, as you can see, price came so close to getting into my trade here, but there's still a gap there. And in the end, I was just literally a couple of marginal pips off from being triggered into this trade. See, this was a buy limit order. So I was waiting for price to dip down to cross that threshold to trigger me long into the trade, and it didn't happen. So what happened? Well, hopefully it did trigger me eventually, right? No, it didn't, unfortunately not. As you can see, price just shot up and it gained even more momentum and it carried on going up. So in the end, my trade plan, it was a beautiful plan and I had the right idea. So that's definitely a win as far as learning goes. But unfortunately, I just didn't get triggered in. I was just a few pips off, and it's just one of those things that happens with trading. Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some, and sometimes you miss some, even though you had the right idea. I was looking for a smaller 2-hour profit, and then I was actually aiming for a weekly level here for a 7.5-hour target, but I would have obviously trailed a profit stop. So who knows what would have happened, but the bottom line is it went without me and I didn't get into that trade. So that was the trade on Euro USD. What actually did I trade this week? So let's go into my account history here. And as you can see, I actually took 3 trades this week. The first was a trade that I took on US dollar against the CAD, and I went short on this. I managed to get a small profit, and I also shorted Australian dollar US dollar the following day, but unfortunately that one didn't work out so well and that was a loss. But I made a little bit more on my first trade, so it did put me up with a tiny bit of profit on the week. So although it's been a really frustrating week for me, I'm still not red on the week, which is what is important. So I've just pulled the chart across for the trade that I lost on Australian dollar US dollar, and this was taken on the Tuesday. And the thing that was quite frustrating for me about this trade was that if I go to the daily time frame for this, I know there's a little bit of clutter here with my text, I'll just remove that. And overall, as you can see, we've been in an uptrend on Australian dollar, US dollar. We've been making higher highs and higher lows. Now, I marked out these blue bands, which are areas that I look for price to pull back to make a reaction around so that I can follow the trend. So I was watching this upper blue band here for price to come back down to possibly go long. If not, I was looking for the next one. Now, if I drop to the 15-minute time frame, and the day I decided to take this short, as you can see, price was falling. It was falling. It fell past that first band, and I thought there was a chance it would fall to the next band. Now, in hindsight, what I should have done was trusted that weekly and daily bias and waited for it to return to that band and then look for a reaction to go long. That was my plan, using the higher time frames, the more authority time frames. But I got distracted with this short-term price action where I saw this beautiful downtrend. And I thought there was a chance that I could just take a quick trade, a scalp, using that downtrend to get a few pips profit. And that was what I tried to do here. I marked this area, this orange band, which I felt was the fair value gap here, where price had made some structure and dropped from. And I thought there was a good chance it would return. We actually got these wick rejections here, these bearish wick rejections. And that was when I placed my sell limit. I was aiming for a short target and then a larger one for the bottom of that band retest. But as you can see, price reversed and it went up to my stop. And what was frustrating about that was I should have just trusted that larger time frame. I should have waited. It wasn't a quality, but it happens. Now, after I took that trade on the Tuesday, I was back to being break even. I had missed that trade on AUDUSD. And there was one other trade that frustrated me that week. Want to see what it was? So on the same day that I was short US dollar against the CAD, I also was watching pound dollar, and I was short biased on this as well, but it would have interfered with my bias on the US dollar CAD. So in the end, I decided to not take it. Now, I planned this trade that you can see on the 50-minute time frame, and again, it came back to an area on the daily, and we got some wick rejections here. And I was watching this in real time. I had my order set, I had my position size entered on my platform with the 5%ers, and I was so close to pressing that sell button, but I hesitated and I decided not to. I was already in another trade. It was only Monday at this point, so I didn't want to overleverage myself so early in the week. And I decided to just sit out and watch and learn and see what happens. Now, as you can see on the chart, it actually would have been a beautiful trade because I would have gotten into it and I would have suffered no drawdown. It would have fell straight down to my 3R target. So if I had taken this, I would be sitting up 3R on the week, 3 times my risk, which is just over 1%. But I didn't. So it was midway through the week. I was break even on my account. I had a trade that I missed. I had a trade that I didn't set and I could have set, so I basically missed that as well. And at this point, I was just feeling incredibly frustrated. And that's a dangerous place for a trader to enter into. Dangerous realms, when you enter in the realms of frustration, of FOMO, emotional trading can start to kick in. And so I decided to just sit it out now for the week. Even though there was a part of me that thought, what are you doing? You've got a few days left. You don't want to miss any trade opportunities. There's plenty of time to get a trade to make some money. I thought, yeah, there is, but the markets will always be there. But right now, I'm getting emotional and I'm getting frustrated. So it's best for me to just sit this out and let time just allow me to forget about this frustrating week and come back next week refreshed and ready to trade. I'm in a fortunate position because I'm trading with the prop firm, the 5%ers, and the 5%ers, if you're not familiar with them, they give you a lot of time with their accounts, with their challenges. So most prop firms only give you 1 month to be able to pass a challenge where you have to hit a target and respect the rules. The 5%ers give you up to 6. So I've got plenty of time on this account. I'm in the green. Ultimately, I've got no pressure. I've just got to trade the best that I can trade. And that means avoiding emotions. So that's what I decided to do this week. If you'd like to find out some more information about the 5%ers, I have created a separate video, so I will include a link to that. And I have got a link to them in the description below as well. So make sure you check those out if you're looking for a reliable prop firm to use to try to trade a company's account and be able to share the profits with. But I feel these are the elements of trading that are often missed out when you look at people's lifestyles and trading vlogs online, on Instagram, on YouTube, when you're seeing all of the fun sides of trading with the pools and the cars and the money, and the reality is that trading is a constant battle with yourself. I feel it's a battle with yourself, with your emotions, being able to determine whether you are in the best place to trade, and then being able to trade effectively if you are. And I decided to make the decision this week to sit out and just wait, and I think I've made the right decision. How have you guys found it this week anyway? Let me know in the comments below. Meanwhile, if you've enjoyed this video, do let me know by hitting that like button, and I will continue to make more like this. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe below, and I'll catch you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye!